Okay, I have 7 o'clock, so we'll get this meeting of Mansfield City Council caucus session to order. Are there any committee reports?
Thank you, Ms. President. Just two events we wanted to highlight before our next city council meeting on September 16th. One being the annual Greek festival, something that draws tons of people to our community, if not locally. That's going to be September 5th and 6th at the St. Constantine and Helen Greek Orthodox Church. The celebration will be from 11 a.m. until 10 p.m. There'll be lots of Greek dancing, Greek food, and just a lot of good things. So please come out to that. And the last thing I do want to announce is this Friday is the Downtown First Friday. I know some people like, well, we just had Final Friday last week. Yeah, so we have more things to do. So this Friday, there will be everything from open mic nights to the businesses being open a bit later. So bring your family down. Most of it is free. And that concludes my community announcements.
Mr. Fauquet?
Thank you. I was honored last Thursday to stand in and present a flag to the Joint Veterans Military Council on the square at the county building. And for 21 days, that flag's representing the 33 individuals that died during the Vietnam War that lived in the city of Mansfield. That flag is coming down at 6 o'clock on Thursday, September 11th, 21 days later. So if anybody can make it, it would be really appreciated. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. And I guess I never was aware of the fact that there was 33 citizens of the Mansfield that lost their life in that conflict. Wow. I knew of a couple, but didn't know there was 33. Any other committee reports? Okay, Mayor, you have anything for us?
I do. A couple updates, and then we have a proclamation tonight. First, I want to just say thank you to the city's IT team for getting us up and running and streaming. Thanks also to the clerks for working on all of these changes that have come down, and it's exciting to see it all working the way it's supposed to. So we appreciate that. A couple of things going on. Last week we did, I think it was last week, time is running, maybe it was 2 weeks ago. We had our Downtown Improvement Advisory Board meeting. We did vote to lower the threshold of loss for downtown businesses. So just want to make sure council is aware of that. It is a threshold of 15% loss year over year. We believe that's going to catch most of the businesses in downtown. Our goal is to get that money out. And again, we had allocated and set aside $50,000 for that. The increments are $2,500. So downtown Mansfield is running that, and I'll have an update. I think 2 had been distributed already before the change, but that was the feedback we were getting from the business community, was that. Earlier today, myself and some folks from the city had a chance to walk through the old CenturyLink building, which of course the Mill Iron Foundation just recently purchased. Just today was just a high level walkthrough to just see the building. I really hadn't been in it except for one time. And it's really exciting what they're planning to do with veterans housing. So lots more to come from the Mill Irons, but really appreciate the foundation for investing in that opportunity. And I am excited for what it's going to mean for the community as well. Director Andrus is not here tonight, but we have had a lot of activity happening in our parks. I put some updates on there, but do want to highlight that we did get the resurfacing done at Johns Park for the basketball court, and it's striped now, so that is back in action. Also, the Prospect Park pavilion is getting close to being done. So appreciate everyone's patience on that. I know Rotary is looking forward to having a ribbon cutting when it's all said and done. And there's some more happening there. We did have our inaugural meeting of the CIC last week. So Scott King from Gorman Rupp was elected the chairman. And then the other members are myself, Director Porch, Ellen Hines from the Chamber, and Dr. Gingrich from Ohio Health. So lots of activity happening. I'll underscore again what I said last time, which is, we're getting a lot of reach outs from developers. I think we'll have some good business expansion announcements this fall, as well as hopefully new businesses coming to the community. So I'm optimistic, but I have learned until the deal is signed and out there, you just never know, but some good signs. So, okay. Well, we have today Sherry Branham Fauner, right? Yes, thank you. Okay. Is with us today from the Mental Health and Recovery Services Board. Every year we do a proclamation for this. So if you're good, Sherry, I'll read it from here. So I'm on the mic, and then we'll come up and do a photo. So this month is National Recovery Month. Every year, millions of Americans from all walks of life demonstrate that recovery from alcohol and substance use disorders and mental health conditions is possible. And recovery offers a pathway to a healthy, rewarding, and productive life. And the focus of National Recovery Month is to celebrate the journey of recovery and the strength of the recovery community. And in 2024, the Richland County Mental Health and Recovery Services Board, in collaboration with the Richland Recovery Network, served 10,714 unique individuals, with 3,520 of them being youth ages up to 17, and 7,194 being adults. 16,899 individuals participated in prevention programs. The Richland Recovery Network jointly provided a variety of services to individuals, including 7,257 people who received mental health treatment, 2,453 received substance use disorder treatment, 1,224 accessed medication-assisted treatment, 1,144 utilized harm reduction programming, 890 who accessed recovery supports programming, 29 pregnant women with substance use disorders were served, 239 parents with substance use disorder and dependent children were served, and 7,862 calls to the helpline, while some individuals participated in multiple services. Just an aside, obviously from those numbers, you can tell the deep need that still exists in the community, though certainly strides have been made and progress has had. So Richland Recovery Network partners include Casey, Catalyst Life Services, Coleman Behavioral Health, Family Life Counseling, NAMI Richland County, and UMADOP. And they are contracted to deliver life-sustaining services that help people recover, as well as educate people about substance use and mental health, with focus on ensuring individuals have what they need to move forward or to continue their recovery. Now, therefore, I, Jody A. Perry, Mayor of the City of Mansfield, Ohio, do hereby call upon the people of Mansfield to observe this month with appropriate programs, activities, and ceremonies to support this year's National Recovery Month celebration. So, Sherry, do you want to come forward? You can make some remarks, and then once that's done, you know me, we'll have to take a photo so we can put it on social media. Yes, and I think is there a mic up there, Director? Perfect. Look at us.
Mayor Perry, President, council members, and directors, thank you for having me today. Am I okay? Okay. Obviously, we're here to celebrate recovery, but we also are doing our campaign for our renewal levy that will be on ballot on November 4th of this year. This levy was initially passed in 1986. And we are very blessed that the community has supported this for decades. Obviously, per Jody's reading, there is a significant amount of need in our community. I wanted to provide you today with this list. It says Richland Recovery Network on top. You all are probably familiar with the agencies that we've worked with for several years. What you don't know is behind the scenes, we work very closely together to meet the needs of the community in relationship to mental health and addiction. When I took over as director about year and a half ago, gosh, time does fly, I had for a long time wanted to build a network that was specific to Richland County. And this network obviously had our partners in it that are contract agencies. That's the ones Jody mentioned, but we also have 15 or 20 other affiliate agencies and community partners. We're very blessed to have a very strong system of care. But as you can see on this little handout, we give you information, relationship to phone numbers and such. What we haven't really announced to the community, trying to get everything up and running and functioning fully, is that we have built a website, and it's for Richland Recovery Network, and it's for the partners that are in the system. We initially had the primary contract agencies listed on our website. It is richlandrecoverynetwork.com. And if you go to that website and you click through some of the portions of the website, the first page you will fall on is there's two pillars: crisis and services. If obviously crisis is defined in itself. Services, however, is very broad. There's 4 pillars behind that first page, and those are substance use, mental health, advocacy, and prevention. If you click on, if a person, end user, goes there and clicks on substance use, it will filter out everything that's not substance use. You will then have a prompt that says adult or youth. You click on adult, it filters out all of the youth services. Then if you would click on withdrawal management, it would filter out everything except the services in Richland County that is specific to withdrawal management. The point behind this website is to make it easier for our citizens in the county to find the services that they so desperately need. I extend my gratitude to the board of directors for supporting this endeavor. And as we move forward, we will not only have the 6 contract agencies, but we will add the affiliates and the community partners as well, all focusing on mental health and substance use. So really, really excited about that. Today, I provided you with 2 fact sheets. They look very similar, but they are different in nature. The one thing that is similar is that we have the 1 mil renewal levy. It's a 10-year renewal levy on ballot on November 4th, just highlighting that it's not a new tax. I won't go into detail in relationship to the data that's on here. One thing I would like to point out is that we have a crisis snapshot. When I became director, I wanted to really get some data pulled together. And as you can see, we have done that. But in 2024, we had 20 people lost to suicide in Richland County. What most people may not understand is we had 213 other people attempt suicide. Obviously, a lot of need there. We had lost 27 people to overdose in 2024, and we had 181 deaths from overdose. I ask that you take time and look through this data because obviously it's good information to have. But what I wanted to share with you tonight, one of the things is that the board is mandated under Ohio Revised Code 340 to be the planning, funding, monitoring, and evaluation entity for behavioral health in the state of Ohio. Obviously, we focus on our county. Had a lot of statistics that Jody already went over, and she talked about the agencies that we work with. What I'm here to ask you for outside of the proclamation is your help. We have this little card, and Aurelio is one of our co-chairs for our levy, and he has volunteered to collect these. So if you would endorse our levy, ask for a sign, there's a lot of little opportunities here in relationship to how you can help us get this levy through. So if you would fill this out, give it to Aurelio, I'll pick those up tomorrow. And all of a sudden, all of the signs will pop up and you will have one in your yard if you opt into a yard sign. You are also welcome to pick signs up for yourself or your friends, family, neighbors. But we need all the support we can get. Obviously, we have almost a pandemic of drugs coming into our country and trickling down into our community. Spoke with the crime lab director recently, new drug in town, and I can't think of what it's called, Kratom. And, you know, just you get one thing under control a little bit, something new pops up. But we're here to help you. We're here to help your family, friends, and our community. If you need anything from the Mental Health Board, my staff and I are here to support you. Don't hesitate to call. Jody has my cell phone number. If you need that, you're welcome to call me on my cell phone. Evening, weekends, don't matter to me. Just want to get the services out there. Any questions? Yes, sir. You can have this one. Yes. Well, thank you very much for allowing me to come this evening. Thank you for the proclamation. I will take a picture if you don't mind. Yeah.
It's easier than we don't have to get in front of the thing. Act like you like each other.
I also would like to congratulate you all. It's such a beautiful space. I'm on council in Ontario, and I'm a little jealous. I look forward to it.
Mr. President, if I could share, I didn't have a question for Sherry, but I did have a comment, and that's the given thank you for all you do, that being that leader on the front lines. And I mean, I hope that as a community and as a country, as a world, we never quit talking about mental health, and especially when there's unmet mental health needs and unmet behavioral needs, because it all is connected to the things that we're seeing in our community in terms of homelessness and people taking their lives and everything else. So this is a huge thing. And so I'm just glad that we have someone like you and that we can all talk about it and break that stigma and even share our own personal stories without feeling ashamed. So thank you for all you do.
Thank you, Aurelia. Just one more thing. We the board, funds homeless response team. And the team goes out to touch base with people in the community that are struggling with homelessness, and we try to connect them to services that are available to support them and get them back to a place where they can be productive, as we all are. And then we also work very closely with Mansfield Police Department in relationship to Opiate Task Force. So actually it's called the Opiate Response Team, but I always think of it as a task force. But very, very blessed to have the partnerships that we have. And thank you all for this evening and giving me the time. I know it took a little more probably than I should, but thank you.
With that, we'll go on Director Porch.
Thank you, Mr. President. K9 Max graduated from the Ohio State Highway Patrol Academy. His handler, Officer Stevenson's welcomed him back, so he's ready to go, and we'll be out on patrol. The fire department, they are conducting EPA spill and release training. They coordinate that with Kim Hildreth through our engineering department. That is occurring this week, along with their annual confined space refresher course that they do obviously every year to make sure they're keeping up on that training. And that's all I have, sir.
Okey-doke, thank you. Director Converse.
Thank you. I actually do not have anything new to share with you tonight. We are busy with the budget, and that's what we have going on.
And Deputy Director Madden.
Thank you. Yes, the Civil Law Office continues to operate in support of the administration and the other city departments, and our criminal office continues prosecutions unabated. Thank you.
Thank you. With that, we shall proceed with legislation. We'll start off this evening with Bill 25-139. Mr. Fauquet.
Thank you, Mr. President. We start off with my favorite type of bill, a then and now certificate. Thank Mr. Hunnell for the nice words he had in the paper. This was a little different in that we had multiple people help this not work well this time. With the county and the codes and permits, and the contractor started out with a purchase order, and he had a little bit of additional work to do at the end, and he somehow got ahead of himself before we had the PO. So this $7,097 is to cover the city's portion of that. And Miss Hackerman's in the back row in case anybody has any questions beyond that basic information.
Any questions or discussion on 139? Oh, Ms. Mount.
Is the city bearing the entire cost of the change, or is the land bank sharing any of it?
Mr. President.
Do you
Oh,
want to
sorry.
take that one? Because I know there's a split, but I don't know exactly.
Yeah, we
There-
are not. So this was the land bank. So in the end, it's not split equally 3 ways. The contractor did take a discount on the services, and then the land bank and the city are splitting the remainder. The issue with this one, ultimately, the work that was done was sidewalks, which we want going in after that. And so it likely would have been something that we did, but it should have gone through the proper channels. The land bank has firmed up some language and is reviewing that with all their contractors. So this should not happen again, but that is the split.
Any other questions, discussion on 139?
It's actually now, I think, owned by a private person. It was the land bank. So it was the old gas station at the corner, but it was part of the demolition. So yeah, and it just so happened, it's a very long story, but normally it was the land bank's demolition. Their person was out of town. So we sent our person just to touch base with the contractor, said we need a quote. They did the work instead of providing the quote. So it's just kind of I don't even think we could make it happen again if we tried. And we're certainly not going to try to do it, but it was just an odd one. So, but it's at the corner of Wood and Marion, and it for sure is a vast improvement. Some of you probably saw it when you were lining up for the parade this weekend. So.
Any other questions, discussion on 139? Okay. Proceed on with 25-140. Mr. Fauquet.
Thank you, Mr. President. This one is a specialized docket in the court system, granting $220,000 for mental health. And we always like to get money from anybody that sends it. So there you go.
Okay. Any questions or discussion on 140? Okay. Moving on to Bill 25-141. Mr. Diaz.
Thank you, Mr. President. Bill 25-141 is amending section 335.01 of the Mansfield Codified Ordinances, off-street parking, and declaring an emergency.
Any questions, discussions on 141? Okay. Moving on to Bill 25-142. Ms. Robertson.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. President. This Bill 25-142 is expressing approval and support for the City of Mansfield's Office of Permitting and Development and completion of the Consolidated Annual Performance Evaluation Report, CAPER for short, for the program year 2024, which runs from July 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2025, and declaring an emergency. And Ms. Ackerman's here if anyone would like to expound on that any.
Is there any questions, discussion on 142? Okay, hearing none. Move on. Bill 25-143, Mr. Fouquet.
Thank you, Mr. President. Here we have a piece of property on Adams Street owned by the city. And the city would like to convey that property to the new Community Improvement Corporation. I did not get a map with this one, so I'm not exactly sure where on Adams Street it is. But that
Mayor?
would be the only sort of question I have.
Sure.
Perry can,
Kind of kitty corner from here. Catty corner. What do you say in Ohio? I always get it backwards. Sorry, that's my New York coming out. We're conveying it's a very small piece of property. I believe community development got it years and years ago. And Richland New Hope Industries, which you know is headquartered right there, just a block away, had reached out to us several months back saying that they have a use for it. It's one of several kind of odd properties that the city has like that. And we didn't see a future use. And I thought this would be a good time for us to try our CIC to do our first land conveyance. This process is not new. We just used to use the Richland County Growth Corp. So it's just new, the vehicle itself, but it will be a sale price of $750. It's very small. So it's a good one for all of us to get our sea legs on. I apologize that I didn't put a map in with it. I'll do that next time. Say that again. Hang on one second. I may need to, let me look it up, and when we get back to this in council, I'll give it to you. How about that?
any other, at this point in time, any other questions on 25-143? Okay. Hearing none, is there anything else to come before caucus this evening?
Move to close, Mr. President.
Second.
Been regularly moved and seconded that we close this session of Mansfield City Council caucus. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same. We are adjourned. With that, I'll call this session of Mansfield City Council to order. Please stand for the pledge and remain standing for the prayer.
Yes, sir. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the privilege to be here tonight. We thank you for the blessings that you pour upon Mansfield. We're moving forward because of you. We thank you for the men and women here tonight. We just ask for your wisdom. We ask for insight and direction as we make the decisions. Father, bless our city, bless our handwork, move in a mighty way in this city, Lord, that we experience transformation that will impact every home and every facet of our society. We thank and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
The clerk will call the roll.
Mrs. Burns,
Present.
Mrs. Meyer,
Present.
Mr. Akuchie,
Present.
Miss Daly, Mr. Diaz,
Here.
Miss Mount,
Here.
Miss Robertson,
Here.
Mr. Fouquet,
Here.
President Scott.
Present. Unless there is an objection, the reading of the journal and correspondence will be dispensed with. Hearing no objection, we shall proceed on. Okay, we come to that point of public comment. I have 3 people signed up for public comment. Please come up to the microphone up here. You can sit down, or I think the microphone comes out and you can hold it, whichever you're more comfortable with. Just remember, the rule is we give you 3 minutes. And then once you come up, please give your name and address, please. So we'll start off with Cynthia Lasik. Okay.
Cynthia Lasik at 112 West Cook Road. I come to talk about my neighbor having a garden house full of 12 marijuana plants. And the neighbor behind me, they joined together, blockaded my backyard, and all this stench from the marijuana plants comes in my backyard. Plus, he put rocks on my easement and property line and told me I can't come on it. Now, I don't know what I've done, what I was supposed to do. I got a survey mapped and they gave me a number on the map. And now I'm trying to get a privacy fence to be put up so I don't have to smell it. But someone should come there and look what those two have done to me. So I don't know what more to say.
Okay.
I
I'm
mean,
sure
it's not even a regular garden. You want a garden house is tomato plants, but to have 12 marijuana plants put on the end of the property lines for other neighbors to smell, I don't think is right.
No.
So,
Okay. I'm sure administration will look into it, or we
Okay.
we'll get into discussion at this point in time.
okay, thank you.
Next, we have Andrew Ink. I'm probably mispronouncing it. I'm sorry. Ink. Okay. Once again, name and address, and you get 3 minutes.
Andrew Ink, 532 Bailey Drive. And I did have a notice for you. I don't know if the lady took for over. Okay. I just wanted to thank you all for granting me the time today to speak to you. My name's Andrew Ink, and I stand here before you not as a petitioner, but as a duly elected and recognized peacekeeper on this county. Holding the highest law authority under the land and soil jurisdiction, I come not in protest, but in peace to notify you the historic restoration of the American government. For far too long, the American people have been estranged with their original government, one rooted in the soil, in the law of the land, in the sovereign will of the people. This estrangement ends now. The American government in its original form is back on the county. We are reestablishing the lawful land law authority, not through confrontation, but through peaceful reclamation of our birthright. This is not a political maneuver. It is a lawful act of self-governance grounded in foundational principles of American common law and the unalienable rights of the people. As sheriff, I serve as a living fiduciary for the county and its people, ensuring the peace, order, and lawful process are upheld. My authority does not derive from corporate statutes or administrative codes. It arises from the soil itself and from the living people, men and women who inhabited it, and from the original American jurisdiction that predates all others. To mark this occasion, we will be raising the American Civil Peace flag in an upcoming ceremony. This flag is not a symbol of war or division. It's a banner of peace, of lawful self-governance, and the return of the American people to the rightful place as stewards of this county and communities. It will fly not in defiance, but in dignity. We are not here to dismantle. We're here to restore. We're not here to disrupt. We're here to reconnect. And we are not here to divide. We are here to unify under the principles of peace, law, and liberty. Let this be the beginning of a new chapter, one in which the people and their public servants walk side by side, not in confusion or conflict, but in clarity and cooperation. Thank you.
Okay, and next we have James Mitchell. Like I said, James, name, address, and then 3 minutes.
James Mitchell, 24 Hedges Street, Mansfield, Ohio. Here recently, over the last 6 months, I've noticed the speed in front of the house. It's 25 mile an hour. 45 and 50 is what it is. Even the school buses. And these guys with these radios that rattle your windows, that's been going on for a long time. We sit there the other night and there's one parked in the parking lot. And from 4 o'clock to 10 o'clock, that's all you heard. And there's been times 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm asleep and they go by. And you don't know if it's an explosion or what. But I just wondered, maybe let somebody know. There's several of us in the neighborhood that's pretty fed up with it. Now, I got an aunt, she's got dementia, and it really bothers her. That's all.
Thank you.
Mr. President, I just want to let him know we'll look into that, sir. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, moving on down our agenda. Are there any other committee reports? Mayor, you have anything further for council? Okay. Director Board, any other director? Okay. Moving on to legislation. Mr. Akuchi.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move with respect to all bills that come before the council this evening that the rule requiring reading on, reading on 3 different days be suspended and that each bill be read one time by title only.
Second.
Been regularly moved and seconded. The motion should be before you. Council shall cast their vote on the motion. Motion passes 8-0. Moving on then to legislation. Our first piece is Bill 25-139. Mr. Falquette.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that Bill 25-139 be read and placed upon the floor for discussion.
Second.
Been regularly moved and seconded. The clerk shall read Bill 25-139.
Authorizing payment to the Richland County Land Reutilization Corporation in the amount of $7,097.50 by affirming a then and now certificate of the finance director and declaring an emergency.
Is there any discussion on Bill 25-139? Okay, hearing none. Mr. Falquette.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that Bill 25-139 be placed upon the floor for final consideration.
Second.
Been regularly moved and seconded. Council shall cast their vote for final passage of Bill 25-139. Bill passes 8-0. Moving on to Bill 25-140, Mr. Falquette.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that Bill 25-140 be read and placed upon the floor for discussion.
Second.
Been regularly moved and seconded. The clerk shall read Bill 25-140.
Accepting a specialized docket grant in the amount of $220,000, authorizing the Safety Service Director and any other appropriate city official to execute a subsidy grant agreement for community-based corrections programs with the Ohio Department of Mental Health and Addiction Services and declaring an emergency.
Is there any discussion on Bill 25-140? Hearing none. Mr. Falquette.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that Bill 25-140 be placed upon the floor for final consideration.
Second.
Been regularly moved and seconded. Council shall cast their vote for final passage of Bill 25-140. Bill passes 8-0. Bill 25-141, Mr. Diaz.
Thank you, Mr. President. I forgot what I was going to say. I need some dinner. I move that Bill 25-141 be placed upon the floor for discussion.
Second.
Been regularly moved and seconded. The clerk shall read Bill 25-141.
Amending section 355.01 of the Mansfield Codified Ordinances, off-street parking, and declaring an emergency.
Is there any discussion on Bill 25-141? Hearing none. Mr. Diaz.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that Bill 25-141 be placed upon the floor for final passage.
Second.
Been regularly moved and seconded. Council shall cast their vote for final passage of Bill 25-141. Bill passes 8-0. Bill 25-142. Ms. Robertson.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that Bill 25-142 be read and placed upon the floor for discussion.
Second.
Been regularly moved and seconded. The clerk shall read Bill 25-142.
Expressing approval and support for the City of Mansfield's Office of Permitting and Development in completion of the Consolidated Annual Performance Evaluation Report for program year 2024, July 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2025, and declaring an emergency.
Any discussion on Bill 25-142? Hearing none. Ms. Robertson.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that Bill 25-142 be placed upon the floor for final passage.
Second.
Been regularly moved and seconded. Council shall cast their vote for final passage of Bill 25-142. Bill passes 8-0. Bill 25-143, Mr. Fouquet.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that Bill 25-143 be read, placed upon the floor for discussion.
Second.
Been regularly moved and seconded. The clerk shall read Bill 25-143.
Authorizing the conveyance of real property to the Mansfield Community Improvement Corporation and declaring an emergency.
Is there any discussion on Bill 25-143?
Mr. President,
Yes, ma'am.
I believe we have a screen share. This is good. We get to test everything out. IT, the
that's good.
CIC. This is a good bill.
That's good.
Maybe. It's coming. Okay. Wait for it. Wait for it. Perfect.
There we go.
Yeah. So the city building is in the bottom left corner there. You see our parking lot. It is that teeny tiny sliver over on the right, right? Yep. That one right there. So it's surrounded. There is another owner next to it, but it otherwise surrounded by Richland New Hope. And I think their aim is to utilize the whole area eventually. So But look at our nicely striped lot there right across the street. Sorry.
Okay. Any other questions, discussion on 143? Now we know exactly where it is and we tested out our new equipment. Okay. Hearing no questions, further discussion. Mr. Fouquet.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that Bill 25-143 be placed upon the floor for final consideration.
Second.
Been regularly moved and seconded. Council shall cast their vote for final passage of Bill 25-143. Bill passes 8-0. That concludes our legislation for this evening. Is there anything else further to come before council this evening?
Move
If not, I'll accept
close.
the-
Second.
Been regularly moved to adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. We are adjourned.
How about you? Yeah. A lot going on.
Oh, I'm telling you.
But good stuff, it seems.
I know.
That's so fun. That's so great.